Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple months since I posted anything. It's been a couple months since I've even touched this car. You know, due to family and work and other things of other sorts. But I had some time off, so I plan on picking up from where I left off. At this point, I'm almost ready to get this engine in. If you haven't seen before, I've already stripped the block. Got some beautiful shorty headers on there. And I've literally painted everything on the block. I know it's kind of dark, but drive shaft, front end, transmission, some other goodies, X-brace. Yes, I painted the windshield wiper assembly. So basically 90% of the parts are already painted, ready to go in. I haven't painted this rear subframe yet. I burned out all the other bushings from the trailer arms and everything. And honestly, the black smoke that built up in here was intolerable. So I prefer not to do it that way again. So I'll just get a Sawzall or something and I'll chop it right out. And shouts out to Condor bushings. I plan to get on the whole set, front and rear, poly bushings from them. To get some key points, though this might be old news to some, and though I may have found this out months back, I never shared it with anyone. The blower motor TI only has one squirrel cage. It doesn't have two like the E36. The resistor is not inside of the dashboard, underneath, where usually you will find it. On the TI, once you pull out the blower motor, it's behind here. This is the one that came out of it. It's mounted to the firewall, 2 screws, and plug. Pull that right out. The new one, I actually looked over it a couple times as I was doing the search because I thought it was the wrong one. And not till hours and hours of research, I finally found, good neighbor and bear, I finally found that this was the upgraded version to it. Mounts the same exact way, same exact plug, so that'll go in there. Then I'll be able to get my cage in there, get my cowls and get everything set in there. Have my air filters, cabin air filters, and that'll be set. Have my windshield wiper assembly, get that in there. I've painted everything straight back. So get a computer there, and behind that firewall is straight. I had bounced back and forth whether I would change the brake booster or not. Originally, this is the one that was in there. And only because I had to change over the pedal system. This was an automatic. And the M3 that I swapped it from, of course, 5-speed manual. So I've already swapped over the pedal assembly, and while doing that, I took notice to the brake booster and realized it was different. This brake booster doesn't have a vacuum line because it doesn't need it. Or sorry, it did, of course, going to the 1.9 liter engine, but it didn't have any area for the sensor. And being that this is a complete swap from a complete M3, I made that swap. Then noticing the ABS unit controllers, the one from the 1.9 has less lines going back to the reservoir. M31 has two lines. I would assume more lines equal more pressure. So I made the decision to swap everything over. The brake booster, ABS controller, reservoir, whole unit. And it gave me a chance to actually get back in the corner, clean everything out, paint it. That's just dust in there. So this is where I'm at right now. Oh, I'll take time to show you also. This is truck bed liner from Rust-Oleum. I have it on my sedan right now, my M3 sedan, and it's holding up great. Not a year later, but almost 8 months later, so I decided to use this for the whole engine bay. Usually I take more time in putting a pearl color or something of the like for the actual engine bay. But right now I'm going for durability, and I believe that this gives, with a couple more coats, a beautiful background for that S52 block over there. So basically I painted straight through. Got my differential here I picked up maybe a month after I bought the car. Some great guys in Long Island. Take notice, even though it looks right, I don't know if you can see it. This seal is kind of bent and it's not on there too tight. So the reason why I opened it up, other than to change the seal, the gasket, I'm going to also, you know, disassemble this, change the seals on the outside, make sure they're sure, and get some upgraded axles. I'm not going to be using the axles from the original TI. They're going to be too slim for what I'm doing here. So I'll get some axles from E30 or C3M, whichever one I get my hands on. Paint this bad boy, and it look like everything else, and pop that in. So before I go, just to answer one question that was being asked to me by several other friends of mine and viewers from my Instagram. What am I using for heat, being that it's so cold? My two recommendations, because I went through a shitload of heaters and a shitload of ways, and these are only two that really work for me so far. When it's in the teens, the only thing that's going to work, this has worked for me so far, I've been using it for about a week now, is a straight, I use propane. The wall cordless, it doesn't have to be cordless, this is what I chose to buy. I have a shitload of the wall tools. And the convenience of being cordless, I can be outside. Being a carpenter, I take a lot of strange jobs on outdoors, and once I have my tank and some charged batteries, I can use it. But this will bring it from 20 degrees to about 50. Right now, the temperature in here is, about 66 degrees. So that's when it's really cold and I really got to bring it up. When it's not that cold, I have this heater from Mr. Heater. I've had this for several months now. And outside of this deep freeze that we've had, this has done the job. It's not connected right now, but it gives a beautiful blue frame, furnace style. And within a half an hour, this place is decent. If it's 30 degrees outside, I can get it up to 55 in less than an hour. So, thank you for viewing. I guarantee this is going to be a serious build. And definitely on my next video, I'll show you the build that I just finished. So maybe you get an idea of the type of stuff that I work on and things that I do. Thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe and like. And I'll definitely have more content as I move forward. It's a 332 Ti.